be talking about Elvis Presley.
It's hard to wrap your mind around just how big Elvis Presley was and is. His name is known around the world. A musician who sold more than 1 billion records to date, an actor who starred in 31 feature films, an artist who sold out more than 1,000 concerts in a row. But this film shows he was so much more.
Storytelling offers such a gift to so many people. One thing I would theorize, or watching that, was, I don't know if the word is closure, but I think it was such a gift to give to that family. Because I will tell you, the way I saw Elvis before seeing the film and then seeing it, he went from a legend to an actual human.
Yeah.
And at its best, that's what storytelling does.
That, I think, was definitely my mission, because I discovered that during my research when I talked to people about him. I just couldn't find anyone who didn't actually say he just had the most incredibly sensitive soul and, was a uniter, not a divider. I was sitting with Priscilla last night, and I've seen it with Lisa, and I think the greatest burden for them is that the word Elvis has either represented a god or a Halloween costume. But what it has never been is a husband or a father or a grandfather, a person, and actually a very, very sensitive, caring, and spiritual person.
The idea that legends, so often the nuance gets erased because they become iconic. It's Elvis, it's the guy in the jumpsuit.
Yeah.
The nuance that you brought back to it, I was on the phone with my dad this morning saying, I look at Elvis completely differently now.
Wow, that is the greatest compliment.
While critics are predicting Oscar buzz for Austin Butler's portrayal of the King, it was the Presley family's response that meant the most. Elvis's ex-wife Priscilla and his daughter Lisa Marie were in attendance for the Graceland premiere, where Elvis's often media-shy daughter told the audience that no other film or actor had captured the totality of her father so accurately and with so much nuance.
The one thing I have to ask, when Lisa Marie said that she was at a loss for words describing what you did, you brought her dad back to her in that moment.
I can't.
Can you imagine?
I can't even. I can't even fathom this. Yeah, I tried. We talked for a long time last night. I was at such a loss for words at what that means to me and what he means to me, and I wasn't some Elvis. I wasn't a fanatic before him, but there's never been somebody that I've never met that I've loved more than him.
Are you able to have that 30,000-foot view of yourself, like what's happening in your life right now, everything going on? Are you able to take this in, this moment?
I'm trying to as much as possible. It all is so fast that, and there's not very many moments alone. Mm-hmm. So I try to take as many of those as possible. Last night we were having while the screening was happening, we went over to Grace and with Lisa Marie and Priscilla and had a barbecue in the backyard. And at a certain point I had to walk away, and I just kind of stood by myself.
Elvis is a legend, and I think often with legends, the nuance gets erased, and boy, was that brought back with this film. I think what it did more than anything for me is it changed the way I view him as an individual. Did you change the way you look at him?
I have to say, absolutely. It wasn't until this movie with Baz saying, I want to start this with Colonel Tom Parker saying, I didn't kill Elvis. And I said, whoa, that's not the trope. That's not the thing of the guy who can't help but wiggle when he sings.
In Elvis, you will see many things. You'll see the young performer with talent that could not be contained. You'll see an imperfect husband who still deeply loved his family. You'll see a contentious and at times exploitive relationship between Presley and his lesser-known promoter, Colonel Tom Parker, played by Hanks. And perhaps most heartbreakingly, you'll see who the King could have been. What this film does is it allows audiences to remember in a new way. It makes a legend a man. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Just like each and every one of us.